Hello scholars, welcome back. We're looking at rounding off at the grade 4 level. So rounding off is really a way of estimating numbers, right? We can round up or we can round down. So typically, whichever place it is that we're rounding to, we look to see if it's 4 or less, we round down. If it is 5 or more, we round up, right? So the first thing we do is we identify which place we're asked to round to. So it says round to the nearest 10, so we're going to underline the 10 place. Now, we look to the digit beside it, to the right of it, and if that digit is 4 or less, we're going to round down. So that means we're not going to add anything to the 10 place. We're going to just use a 0 to fill the place beside it. Okay? So that means we're going to write back the 3 and we just use that 0 to hold the place beside the 10th place. Okay? So round to the nearest. So all of these here we're rounding to the nearest 10. Alright. So this is the 10th place. We're rounding here. This is a 9. So remember, if it's 5 or more, we're rounding up. So that means we're going to add a 1 to this and it's going to become 3. And so this 9 here we're going to replace with a 0. So whichever place we round to, the one beside it becomes 0. Okay, we use the 0 to hold the place. So we're rounding 57 to tens. 5 is in the 10th place. So we're going to check to see if the number to the right of it is less than 5 or 5 and more. 7 is more than 5, so we're going to add 1 to the 5, it becomes 60. And we're going to replace the 7 with a placeholder, our universal placeholder, 0. Again, we're rounding to the 10th place. The 3 is in the 10th place. 5, remember 5 or more, we round up, so we're adding 1 to the 3. So we write back this, we're not concerned with the 100 place in this case. So we write this back, we add 1 to the 3, that becomes 4, and we put our placeholder there. Right? Again, rounding to the 10th place. So let's just go. That's in the 10th place, that's less than 5. So we're not adding anything to the 6. We're rounding down. We're not adding anything to the 10th place. That's in the 10th place. This is less than 5. So we're going to write back the 3. So that's the same number. Sometimes when you round a number to a particular place, you actually get back the same number. So 6 is in the 10th place. 5. Once it's 5 or more, we're going to add 1. Write back the 7. Add 1 to the 6. Replace the 5 with a placeholder 0. Now look, 0 is in the 10th place. 3 is less than 5. We're not going to add a 1 to the 0. We're going to write back the 2, write back the 0, and replace this with a 0. Okay? Now we're rounding to the nearest 100. So we're going to underline the 100 place. Check to see if the one immediately to the right is 5 or more or less than 5. If it is 5 or more, we round up. If it is less than 5, we round down. We're not adding anything. So 2 is less than 5, so we're going to write back the 1 and the 6. We're not adding anything to the 6. And replace everything to the right, we replace them with placeholders. Again, 6 is in the 100 place. The 1 is less than 5, we're not going to add anything to the 6. 4 is in the 100 place. 9 is certainly more than 5, so we're rounding up this time. We're going to add a 1 to the 4. It becomes 5, and replace the next 2 with zeros. 0 is in the 100 place. 6 is more than 5. We're going to add 1 to the 0. We're going to get 2, 1, and this becomes 0. We hold the place. We can't just ignore them. We can't just drop them. We must put placeholders to retain the value of the number, right? Now 1 is in the 100 place. But this one here is less than 5, so we're not going to add anything to this. It remains 1. These two are given placeholders. Now look at this one. 9 is in the 100 place. 9 is to the right of it, so we know we're going to add 1. But when we add 1, this now becomes 10. So we'll have to put it over to the 1,000 place. So what this becomes is 5,000. So sometimes when you have a 9, you have to be careful, because when you add a 1 to that, it's going to carry over into the next place. Okay, so be careful with the 9s. Now 3 is in the 100 place. This is less than 5. We're not going to add anything to this 3. So it's going to be 7,300. 2 is in the 100 place. This is less than 5. We're not adding anything to the 2. Okay, and finally, we're going to round to the 1,000 place. So we're going to underline the digit that's in the 1,000 place. Check to see if the 1 to the immediate right of it is 5 or more, in which case we'll round up. Or if it is less than 5, we'll round down. We're not going to add anything. So that is the 3 is in the 1,000 place. The 4 is less than 5. We're not going to add anything to the 3. And we replace these 3 digits now with placeholders. 5 is in the 1,000 place. 2 is less than 5. We will not add anything to this 5 here. And we replace these with placeholders. 3 is in the 1,000 place. 8 is bigger than 5. We're going to add 1 to the 3 and replace these with placeholders. 7 is in the 1,000 place. 5 is here. So we know once it's 5 or more, we add. So we're going to add 1 to the 7. Everything else, placeholder. 6 is in the 1,000 place, right? 1 is less than 5. We're not going to add anything to the 6. It remains, and these get placeholders. Everything to the right of the place that you're rounding to, you replace them with zeros as placeholders. Now 8 is in the 1,000 place. 3 is to the right. We're not going to add to the 8. So we write back the 28. And these get placeholders. Okay. So remember, we can either round up or down. If when we look, first thing, we identify the place that they're asking us to round to. That's the first thing we do. And then we check the digit immediately to the right of it. If it is 5 or more, we're going to add 1 to the place. If it is less than 5, we're not going to add 1 to that place. Whether we add 1 or not, everything to the right of the place that we're rounding to, we will replace them with placeholders. Okay, so that's the basic, those are the basic principles of rounding. whether we're rounding to the tens, hundreds, thousands, and we could go on and on and on. So just remember, first identify the place that you're rounding to. Then check to the right to see if the number is 5 or more or less than 5, and that's going to decide if you round up or if you round down, right? And whether you round up or down, all the numbers to the right of the place that you're rounding to will be replaced by placeholders. Now, if you benefited from this video, please send it to others whom you think can benefit as well. If you have not subscribed as yet, please do so now so that you can get other videos. If you'd like me to look at a particular topic, please write in the comments what topic you'd like me to do a video on, and I will certainly do so. So this is Kamau telling you bye until next time.